Steve Tober with Dan Gogerty, senior quarterback for Cedar Grove. 29-0 victory. They improved to 4-0 tonight over Caldwell. And Dan, the SEC's been pretty kind to the Panthers. You must be enjoying this first trek in all Essex County football.
Absolutely. We just don't want to get overconfident because we are Group 1. We have two more tough teams with Quake and Orange. We don't want to get overconfident, but this is a great win against a Group 2. This used to be our rivals when we were younger. It's a great win, but next week's another big one with Quake, so we can't rest on this one for much longer.
Looked like at the line of scrimmage, you guys did a really nice job. Your offensive and defensive lines. You had 3 sacks of Lawshy from your first team defense, and the offensive line also did a good job in front of Caggiano and Gonzalez.
Our line dominated the game both sides of the ball. That was the key coming in. Is if our line dominates the game, and they handled them so well that we beat them 29-0. Our line won us the game by protecting me, protecting Patsy, all our running backs, and defensively they were just out of sync just because of what our line was doing to them.
What about the coaching staff, which has really been your cousin, right? Call some of the offense, and you got Caggiano on defense, Coach Sadlock, and all the others, Al Weber. It's quite a staff you have here. They're really, and a senior class. It's a great combination.
Absolutely, our coaches, they get prepared every week perfectly for us. They put us together. They had Caldwell down to a T, just like every other team. We just had to execute. They'll give us the information as long as we execute, and we'll come out on top like we did tonight. Steve
Tober with Omer, Ersen, a senior guard linebacker, had a big interception in tonight's 29-0 victory over Caldwell. And Omer, talking to Dan Gogerty, both sides, the line of scrimmage, Cedar Grove really did a nice job, you guys in the trenches.
Yeah, definitely. Everyone just underestimates us. Our size, we're small, but every day we just stay low, hit them in the mouth, and just keep our feet moving.
How about you in terms of in the linebacker corps? I mean, you're a veteran, 4-year starter.
Yeah.
What about this senior group? It's a core group. I think it's 16 seniors.
Yeah. And
it really seems to be the foundation of what could be a Group 1 juggernaut. We're about halfway through the 8 games that will qualify for the playoffs in terms of seeding, and so far so good.
Yeah, we've been playing since 4th grade. We just have a chemistry with each other, and we had an oath since senior year. We want to go undefeated and win the state championship. And we're going to stick to that oath.
How about the Super Essex Conference? This is a great game over a traditional Group 2 team that won North 2 Group 2 last year. You guys would love to get back and to win North 2 Group 1 this year, but the SEC is a new terrain. You have Orange next week, a speed team. You enjoying the transition from the Colonial Hills to the SEC?
Well, definitely. We play better competition. We get to play neighborhood rivalries. We know all the kids. We talk to all the kids, and that's why it's just fun playing in the Super Essex County.
Steve Tober with Patsy, Caggiano, and the 29-0 victory over Caldwell. Had you tonight for 12 carries, 97 yards, 3 touchdowns. Most of all, though, your offensive line really did a super job up front.
Absolutely. I have to say this is the best game they played all season. Before the game, our coach stressed that our offensive line is what's going to win us this game, and defensive line too, which did a great job. But offensive line did a great job opening holes for me and the other backs, and great pass protection for our quarterback Dan Gogerty, and we played really well.
Because we hear so much about your skill kids, and rightly so, Dan Gogerty, Brian Del Gurcio, yourself, Will Gonzalez. But that line, if you can play like that as a Group 1 team, and you got Orange next week, another Group 2 squad, you beat a good Group 2 Caldwell team today. So that's a good sign looking ahead with a play in the trenches on, like you say, both sides of the ball.
Yeah, our guys up front are what's going to carry us through the season. I said that before the season, and our coaches know that. The offensive line is definitely a key component to our offense, and if they play well, that's going to make our skill position players play well, and then it'll give us confidence defensively, to play. It just makes us play even harder.
Look, talking about Gogerty for a minute. He misses a few passes early on, but he never seems to lose any of his confidence, and he just takes over the game at some point. And in the second quarter there, where you had those two quick scores, he hit Del Gurcio, you get the ball back on a fumble, you drive down, get a field goal. He really makes things happen quickly.
Yeah, I mean, Dan's turned into a great quarterback. Improved a lot since last year. I saw it in the summer this year how strong his arm has gone since last year. Very smart, and he's a great leader who really carries us through the games. And Dan never really seems to get flustered, and that's really important for our quarterback.
Defensively, not only Omer, Ersen, who we spoke to tonight, but you defensively, I know you're known as an offensive player, but you really seem to enjoy defense coming up from your outside linebacker spot, making a lot of hits.
Yeah, defense is a lot of fun. It's I like making hits, coming up making hits. It's it's just I just try and do it for our coaches too. They game plan us so well every single week, and they really put us in the position to play well. And just try and have some fun.
And Patsy, is this going to be hopefully a culmination of the 16 seniors? You're halfway through to the playoff qualifying at 4-0. But this group has been together now, and there's a lot expected of this group of core seniors.
Yeah, before the season, we knew that we have a lot of talent on this team, and we knew that these first 6 games are going to be a challenge. And we already got through 4 of them, and tonight we knew was going to be the most important game of the year. And our coaches were saying how if we win this game, we're probably going to be in good shape for the playoffs, home field. And that was in the back of our mind, and we did a good job.
How about the Caggiano name? You go back to the Montclair Sandlots. Your grandfather was quite an athlete, your dad later on, but you know much about your grandfather's laurels in the Montclair Sandlots back in the 30s and 40s?
I don't know. I just remember, I never met him, but I heard he was a great football player. I think he played for Syracuse, actually. Played for Montclair High School and then Syracuse. He went on to play at Syracuse, but I heard he was a great player.
So a lot of responsibility on your shoulders to carry on the Patsy Caggiano name.
Absolutely, there's some good athletes in our family, but I'm just trying to keep it going.
All right, Patsy Caggiano, thanks for stopping by. Great game tonight. Good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you very much.
Patsy Caggiano, senior halfback, outside linebacker for Cedar Grove. Big 29-0 victory over Caldwell tonight. From Cedar Grove, I'm Steve Tober.